Hi there, lovely listeners, and welcome back to Reasons to Care, the podcast all about heartwarming stories and making a difference with diverse abilities, Dorset's disability charity. I'm Claire, one of the managers in our children's team.
And I'm Michelle, a deputy manager in supported living. And can you believe it's nearly Christmas? Where has the year gone?
I'm trying not to get too excited. I love Christmas. It's totally flown by. It's been so busy for all of us at Diverse Abilities with new services, changing teams around, more people to support and a new building. I absolutely love Christmas though, so I am all about embracing the Christmas spirit and making it magical for everyone.
Me too, Claire. I was very lucky to see the spectacular Santa Grotto the other day, but I'm sure we'll hear more about that soon because this episode is all about our Christmas memories here at Diverse. So this episode does come with a little bit of a trigger warning. We are going to be talking about the very, very special man himself in the red suit. So if you have any children, maybe this episode isn't for them.
So we've got a little something a bit different this time around, and we've put a call out to all of our wonderful colleagues to send in their festive memories.
This is very exciting. There's so much we do across all our services at Christmas time, so it's been really interesting to hear what everyone submitted. Some of them are about accompanying people we support to do all sorts of festive things, and some of them are even traditions amongst the teams and how they support each other too.
It's a really good opportunity for us to reflect on these. It's like a Happy Jar special edition Christmas episode, which are all my favourite things rolled into one. So shall we crack on?
Yes, let's.
Every Christmas, we get excited at Lily's Place as a staff team about all the different adverts that are coming out for all the shops. We talk about it, there's a big build-up, and then we all gather around one tiny little computer screen and watch it together, and then give our big opinions on each supermarket, which one's the best one, which one's the worst one, cry a few tears, and laugh a lot.
That's obviously us.
Definitely. What an amazing tradition to have. Tell us a little bit more.
So it started a couple of years ago. You know, like the John Lewis advert is huge, isn't it? And everybody always has an opinion on it. And one year we were like, right, nobody watch it at home. We're gonna sit and we're gonna watch it together, and then we're gonna have a little chat about it afterwards. And then it just become a thing where we just don't watch the adverts until that day. So we put a date in the diary. We get mince pies. We all get a coffee, and we all huddle around one little screen and we watch them all. We have a bit of a laugh about who's crying and who's not crying, and then we're like, oh no, that one was really rubbish, didn't like that one. Or it'll be like, oh, that was really nice, that made me feel all warm and fuzzy. So yeah, we have a little bit of a conversation about which ones we love the most. It's just become a thing. Obviously, I don't work at Lily's Place anymore, but we've had to put a date in the diary because I was like, don't do it without me, because this is like the start of Christmas. Yeah, this is the signals the start of Christmas. So you can't do it without me. So yeah, it's just a really nice thing that we as a staff team have kind of made our own little tradition.
I kind of like that, but I've also got an image of you all at home when a Christmas advert comes on. You're like, no, can't watch it. I've got to wait.
My worst is social media, because certainly with the John Lewis one, I keep using them, but it obviously goes out all on social media, and I have to scroll quick. Don't see it, I need to save it, because I want to ruin that moment of watching it all together. So yeah, it's our little tradition that we love.
What an amazing tradition to have. I reckon I might steal it for supported living.
It's just really nice. It was almost like a bit of a team building kind of thing. So yeah, it's just nice to stop for 5 minutes and watch them.
Definitely.
Hi, my name's Pete Unsworth, and actually, funny enough, I am Santa for Diverse Abilities. It's one of my major pieces of employment each year for a couple of days. I've done it for a couple of years now. It's an absolutely fantastic and random thing to volunteer on. And Diverse Abilities are pretty good at that, giving you kind of strange volunteering roles. I also do the Christmas trees as well in January. Guys, just come along and volunteer for Diverse Abilities. It's an amazing thing.
The wonderful Father Christmas. I actually don't call him by his real name. When I see him, I'm like, Father Christmas or Santa. And he always responds. He always responds. Yeah, we are so grateful for the work that Pete does with us. He is amazing in our grotto. He just understands what our children need, just totally gets how to pitch talking to them, whether, you know, they're engaged or not engaged. Some of our children just run in, grab the present and they want to be gone. And, you know, that's fine. It's why we do the grotto the way we do it, is so that it's kind of almost personalised to each child. But Pete is amazing. So we're very, very grateful.
So is Pete, for the listeners, is he a volunteer?
Yes, so he volunteers for diverse abilities, and we were like, we need a Santa, and someone said, let's ask Pete. So he came over very nervous, bless him, I'm sure he won't mind me saying, and had a look around, and he was like, wow, this is incredible. And he really thought that he wouldn't live up to our expectation, but he is amazing. And all of the parents always comment when they're leaving the grotto, who's Father Christmas? He's great. So yeah, he does a really, really good job, and we are so grateful. And I mean, as a volunteer, what a wonderful thing to do, right?
That's a pretty good thing to do, definitely. Yeah. And a reason why you can carry it, like say, you can eat mince pies all year round.
Yeah, that's a good excuse.
Yeah.
We also do Secret Santa in our service, and over the years, we've got some wild and wacky gifts. It's great to get something funny for people that you might not know so well.
Yeah. We do Secret Santa.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Well, yeah, we do.
Someone once bought me a bucket of Maltesers because I love Maltesers, and they bought me a bucket full of Maltesers.
I remember doing Secret Santa at the Beehive, and they were all, I was like, no, I'll do it, it'll be fine. But yeah, we had quite a few more people. And I don't know, I think in the end what happened was it just got completely messed up, and then it was all my fault.
Oh no.
So everybody then forevermore blamed me. I was like, oh great.
We use an online, I think it's called Elster or something. We use this online thing where everybody can sign up to it, and then it will like automatically make sure everybody's got someone and emails it to them. And yeah, we use them because the pressure is too much. Yeah. Or I cheat. I'm going to hold my hands up because I'll have an idea of someone like, I've got a really great Secret Santa. So then I go through, we used to have envelopes with names in. I'd go through all the envelopes to find the name that I wanted. So I can't cheat if we do it online.
I like that. That's a really good one.
Being gifted a huge Christmas tree at Lily's place from the lovely family of a man who had passed away. We even still use it now.
Oh. So we received a phone call day before Christmas Eve. A gentleman had passed away, and he had the most beautiful, it's like 8 foot, like the best Christmas tree. It probably cost him like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds. Like I've never seen such a nice Christmas tree. He passed away, and his dying wish was that the children needed to have it. So one of his family members basically just went through like, I don't know, Google, phone book, and was like finding children's charities. And they found us and they said, would you like to have the tree? And we were obviously like, absolutely. So they delivered it to us on Christmas Eve, but we obviously shut on Christmas Eve and don't open until day after Boxing Day. But I was like, we had no decorations for it. We had nothing. So Christmas Eve afternoon, once everybody had gone home and we closed, I went out to the shops and bought loads of decorations. And then Christmas Eve evening, I went in with my family and we decorated the tree so that when we reopened, I didn't tell anyone we were doing it. And then when we reopened, obviously everybody walked in and there was this giant Christmas tree all decorated, and we all kind of stood there and we looked at that tree, and every year we always think of that man. And we always are like, we're doing it for him kind of thing. We're carrying on his final wish. So yeah, it's very special tree to us.
He probably somewhere is there with it, to be fair, to see it. Quite choked up by that, definitely.
Yeah.
What a really nice way to continue his legacy, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is the most gorgeous. I'm so jealous of the tree. It's such a nice tree. Yeah, we're very, very lucky. And yeah, we always think of him every Christmas when we put that tree up. So yeah.
Very emotional.
Every year when we have our team lunch at Christmas, we play what we call the bauble game, which is a bit like Yankee Swap, if you watch that in the American Office, where we all bring a bauble wrapped up, ideally the tackier the better, to the table, and then each member of the team picks a number out of a hat, and we go around the table in order. Someone picks a bauble from the middle, they unwrap it, and then the next person goes, they pick a bauble and unwrap it, and then they've got the choice. They can either steal the person before's bauble or stick with what they've got. so on and so forth around the table, and you wouldn't believe which baubles become the most popular as you go on around the table.
I could so get on board with that. I've never heard of it before, but that is totally my cup of tea. I'm going to steal it. We're going to do it at our team lunch.
I love that idea. We've got the team leaders breakfast. So I reckon that's definitely one to steal.
That's such a good idea. I would definitely go competitive with that if there was a bauble that I really wanted.
So I was working in supported living for a few years, and I moved to a service with two gentlemen, and one of them went home for Christmas, the other stayed at the house. We had a really lovely day. We opened presents in the morning, and we went to his friends that lived just behind. And when it came to meal times, unfortunately, this was the first year he wasn't able to actually orally eat any Christmas dinner or treat. So instead, we went to Hampton Road and looked at Christmas lights. And we played Christmas music, and then we drove around and looked at other lights, which was really, really special. But we made it just a little bit different. And then once the mealtime had finished, we went back and spent some more time with his friends, so he didn't have to be around the smells of a Christmas dinner. For the first year, we went off and did something a bit more special. But before that, we've been to Christmas shows together, always doing the pantos every year with another staff member, and we always had so much fun. So Christmas is such a special time of year, and I loved working Christmas. It's a very different vibe.
Like, for me, how amazing that you actually thought, this could potentially actually upset his Christmas, not being able to eat all the lovely food at Christmas. So let's change it and give him, I'd reckon, an amazing experience. So, thank you very much.
Thank you. I also didn't have a Christmas dinner because I didn't feel like it was very fair for him to be smelling that as well. So, we went and did Christmas lights, sang Christmas songs, and just did something a bit more different and a bit more special. He loved all the sensory things. So going and seeing Christmas lights on Christmas Day with people's music playing was amazing.
Oh, thank you. That's, definitely out there for anybody. It's hard enough to work away from your family at Christmas, but actually when you see how much you probably made to that person's life, it's lovely.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
It's so lovely to hear that, like you say, it's really hard to work away from your family on Christmas Day. But for her, she must have gone home and thought, I've really made a difference to someone's life. And this is what we're always trying to get across, isn't it? And this is kind of one of the whole reasons why we're doing the podcast, is to try and show people that the difference that working in care makes. And Christmas is such an important time, isn't it? We always think about Christmas being about dinner and it being about being with your family. And actually, it sounds like Shannon just looked at, well, what does that person right now need and what is going to be important for him, and made it happen. And
so selfless. Sometimes it's a selfish part of the year for people, but that was such a selfless act to do. Yeah. Which I think is really, really lovely.
Amazing. So every episode, as you know, we have a myth. So obviously, this time we're going to have a myth about Christmas. So our merry Mythbuster is, care stops at Christmas. Everyone is at home, so therefore no staff are needed. Michelle, I think you can give a bit of an answer to this, because obviously it's very different for us between adults and children's services.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so care doesn't stop for us, actually. It continues, and it is one of the important days. You might not be able to see your family because they live further away. They might have their own plans. You might not be able, as we've heard from Shannon, you might not be able to actually eat any of the different meals, but actually having that regular staff there to guide you through and to be that sort of hand and be like, it's okay, we've got this, and we're going to find different ways to enjoy it and to just be together. Because at the end of the day, that, I'm sure we've talked about it before, Claire, but those staff become, as much as it's a job, they do become part of your family, I would guess.
Yeah, I'm sat here now and get quite emotional, because I think if ever there came a time when Anna couldn't come home for whatever reason, or whether, me and Mum weren't here anymore or whatever, you don't know what's around the corner. And I sat here thinking, do you know what? If there was a reason or a time when Anna couldn't come home, I would want her to have her staff that have become really important to her and, almost part of the family, I would want her to have Christmas is her favourite time of the year. She loves Christmas, and it's really important to her. And I would love to think that she would have staff working with her who would build new traditions and would carry that magic of Christmas on. And I guess, so I, as a family member, I would be absolutely so grateful to staff who were able to give that to her if we weren't able to.
And actually, it's actually a really fun time to work. I myself have worked many Christmases, and I love the morning, getting up, everybody seeing their faces, you know, like, has it been? What are we going to do? And then even sort of support into a meal, like just that, you know, that sort of community spirit with friends, family, whoever it may be.
Yeah.
It is a really, really lovely time. And then it's, I don't know, it's like an added bonus. I've always seen it as an added bonus.
It's such a good way to flip it and look at it, because like we've said before, you could think it's maybe a negative thing to work Christmas Day, but actually, if it is part of your job, if you're able to flip it and look at it as a positive of the difference that you're making and what you're giving the person that you're supporting, actually, what a wonderful gift.
Yeah, because it made my afternoon then with my family, actually, I've given a little bit extra to then enjoy the time with my family.
Yeah, so obviously for us it's slightly different in children's teams. So we kind of close over the big days. So we close sort of Christmas Eve, and then we don't open again till like the day after Boxing Day, or sometimes it's even later depending on how things fall. So for us it is slightly different because we aren't working. However, for us it's the build up to Christmas.
I was going to say,
we are huge Christmas fans within our team, and if you're not, you're just going to have to buy in because we just love it so much. And for us, the way we look at it is, what are we able to do to make Christmas easier? What are we able to do to make those memories as a family? So, for example, like the grotto, we have families tell us year on year, we've never taken the kids to a grotto before because we know they can't wait. We know they can't cope with sensory aspects. And where we thought about all of that and we tailored it for our children to be able to do something that other people would see as so normal and so easy. For us, it's a real privilege to be able to offer that. We take a family photo at the grotto, and last year we had a mum leave and she was crying, and I was like, oh my goodness, is everything okay? And she said, we've never had a family photo.
Wow.
Because both children are in an SEN school. There's just never been, they don't like to sit still. There's never been an opportunity to go and get a family photo. And she's like, this is the first one we've ever had. I'm going to get it framed. I'm going to put it on the mantelpiece. And it's like, how amazing that something so simple that we've been able to offer means so much.
It's part of that family's history then, isn't it?
Absolutely. So yeah, we see it as a real privilege, and what extra can we give to make that time as easy as possible. We know that a lot of services close down for the whole of Christmas. So I remember one year I saw a mum on Christmas Eve, and then I saw her the following week at our next session, and it was obviously like New Year's Eve, and she come running in and she was like, can I grab a cuppa? I want to talk to you. So I was like, yeah. And she said, you're the first adult I've spoken to in a week. Because she didn't have any extended family visit. She just on her own with her two children. And she was like, you're the first adult. And she literally, I felt like she was like, chat, because she had
a lot to
say and a lot to get off of her chest. And so just another adult to talk to. I think sometimes we forget that actually people don't have those big extended families around them to support them always.
And sometimes where it's an exciting time for some, actually it's the hardest time for others. So having you come in and just have that offload actually is probably what she was counting down to in that week.
Yeah, so we see that although we aren't open over those big days, we're there before the event to kind of like give as many memories and things as we can beforehand, and then to kind of catch them in that middle bit when they're like, I'm done, I'm exhausted. We're there, to offer a safe space for the children to play, as well as for parents to be able to offload. So I guess, although it's slightly different to what you guys offer, it's no more or no less.
Yeah, definitely. You just like putting me into this crying frenzy.
I know. God. Christmas is an emotional time though, isn't it? I think for a lot of people. And sometimes we put too much pressure on ourselves at Christmas.
I think you do naturally, don't you?
Or you're always just like, I hate Christmas. She doesn't hate Christmas. She hates the pressure everybody puts on themselves. Yeah. And I think sometimes we have to like strip it back, don't we? And be like, actually, it's just a week. It's just a day.
It's just a day. Yeah.
Oh, that was so much fun. Not only was it great to hear from everyone, but also a great new game for me to introduce to my team.
Yeah, we can compare bauble notes on the podcast group chat. I'm really feeling so festive now. I am ready for Christmas.
Oh, you know me. I love anything Christmas. It was really lovely to have you join us this year. I suppose next time we speak, we will be well into 2025, which is the charity's 70th anniversary. Can you believe it?
70 years. It's amazing to see how much things have developed since 1955. And in next month's episode, we'll be chatting to the lovely Wendy, who is the daughter of Phyllis and the founder of Diverse Abilities, and her sister Marilyn is the reason everything is how it is today.
It's going to be a really interesting chat, and we cannot wait to share that with you. But for now, we hope you enjoy the festive season.
Merry Christmas!
Have a lovely Christmas.